6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister is in Egypt to participate in Sharm el-Sheikh Peace Summit. Speaker National Assembly says trilateral cooperation of Pakistan, Turkey and Azerbaijan is example of strategic partnership. Finance Minister is in Washington, D.C. to attend annual meetings of International Monetary Fund and World Bank. Pakistan has dispatched 24th relief consignment to Gaza. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has urged international community to take urgent cognizance of India's unabated state terrorism in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. On the second day of first cricket test against Pakistan in Lahore, South Africa scored 267 for 6 at stump today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has arrived at the Congress Center to participate in the Sharm el-Sheikh Peace Summit. Upon arrival at the Congress Center, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi welcomed the Prime Minister. He will specially feature in the signing ceremony of the Gaza Peace Agreement in the presence of the US President Donald Trump, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Amir of Qatar Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and other world leaders. The Peace Summit is the result of special efforts made by President Trump, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and Arab Islamic leaders during the United Nations General Assembly session to secure a ceasefire and establish lasting peace in Gaza. The Prime Minister's participation in the Sharm el-Sheikh Peace Summit reflects Pakistan's commitment to raising its voice for the rights of the Palestinians and providing them with all kinds of political and diplomatic support. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has termed the Gaza peace plan as a crucial step towards lasting peace in the Middle East. In a social media post on X, the Prime Minister said he is grateful to the co-hosts of Sharm el-Sheikh Peace Summit, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and US President Donald Trump. The Prime Minister said we would not have been this moment without President Donald Trump's outstanding leadership and unwavering commitment. Shehbaz Sharif said today's ceremony marks the closing of a genocidal chapter, one that the international community must ensure is never repeated elsewhere again. The Prime Minister said the brave and resilient Palestinian people deserve to live in a free Palestine with pre-1967 borders with Al-Quds Al-Sharif as their capital city. The Third Trilateral Speakers Conference organized by National Assembly Secretariat commenced in Islamabad today. The theme of the Trilateral Conference is strengthening friendly relations, promoting parliamentary cooperation for regional peace and prosperity. Addressing the inaugural session, Speaker National Assembly Sardar Ayaz Sadiq welcomed the speakers of Azerbaijan and Turkey in the conference. He said the participation of Azerbaijan and Turkey in the Trilateral Conference is welcoming and a source of pleasure for Pakistan. Sardar Ayaz Sadiq said the trilateral cooperation of Pakistan, Turkey and Azerbaijan is an example of a unique and strategic partnership. He said this partnership is not only at government to government level, but it is also the will of the people and the voice of the parliament. Turning to Palestine, the Speaker National Assembly said the 2-year cruelty and barbarism in Gaza will remain a stain on the human conscience. About Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Sardar Ayaz Sadiq said the Kashmiri people have been deprived of their right to self-determination for the past 7 decades and massive human rights violations are also continuing there. He reiterated that Pakistan will continue to extend its moral, diplomatic and political support to Kashmiri people in their just struggle for the right to self-determination as promised to them under the UN Security Council resolutions. About Afghanistan, the Speaker called upon the Taliban government to take immediate and verifiable actions to neutralize the terrorist groups operating from Afghanistan's land. Minister for Finance Mohammad Aurangzeb is in Washington, D.C. to attend annual meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. The Finance Minister will represent Pakistan at the plenary session of both the IMF and the World Bank. During his 6-day visit, Mohammad Aurangzeb is scheduled to hold meetings with senior officials of IMF, World Bank, International Finance Corporation, and Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency. He will also meet the World Bank President Ajay Banga and attend a dinner hosted for finance ministers of selected countries. The minister will also meet the IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva on the sideline of the G24 and Middle East, North Africa and Pakistan countries summit, where he will deliver a keynote address. He will participate in a regional roundtable organized by the World Bank on the digital transformation of Federal Board of Revenue. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan has dispatched 24th relief consignment to Gaza, Palestine. Under Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's directive, National Disaster Management Authority dispatched 100 tons of relief consignment through chartered flight. The consignment was dispatched from Allama Iqbal International Airport in Lahore to Gaza via Egypt. The relief consignment included flour, rice, sweet corns, chickpeas, ready-to-eat meals, cooking oil, and fruit cocktails. Anti-polio vaccination drive of varied duration begins across the country today. During the campaign, 45 million children under the age of 5 will be administered anti-polio vaccine drops. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian police have carried out fresh raids on the houses of several Hurriyat and Jamaat-e-Islami leaders and activists in Srinagar, in yet another attempt to intimidate and silence the voices of advocating Kashmiri's right to self-determination. The raids were conducted under the cover of so-called security operations by the New Delhi-installed administration. According to Kashmir Media Service, homes of martyred Hurriyat leader Ashraf Sehrai, Mushtaq Ahmad Butt, jail leader Mirajuddin Kalwal and Zamir Ahmad Sheikh were searched and inmates were harassed. Observers say these raids are part of India's continued campaign to weaken the Hurriyat leadership and suppress the pro-freedom sentiment in the occupied territory. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has urged the international community and global human rights organizations to take urgent cognizance of India's unabated state terrorism and gross human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Democratic Freedom Party, in a statement in Srinagar, rejected the joint statement by Foreign Ministers of India and Afghanistan, reiterating that Jammu and Kashmir remains an internationally recognized disputed territory. Party spokesperson Advocate Arshad Iqbal said Afghanistan's endorsement of India's base disposition was deeply regrettable, as it ignored decades of oppression faced by the Kashmiri people under Indian occupation. Pakistan Army's team has won gold medal in exercise Cambrian Patrol 2025. According to ISPR, the exercise was held at Wales in the United Kingdom from 3rd to 13th of this month. This year, 137 teams from 36 countries participated in the exercise, and out of all these teams, Pakistan Army's team, led by Captain Muhammad Saad, showed exceptional performance in the exercise and was awarded with a gold medal. On the second day of first cricket test against Pakistan at Qaddafi Stadium in Lahore, South Africa scored 267 for 6 at stumps today. Earlier, Pakistan were all out for 378 runs in their first innings. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold in upper areas during the next 12 hours. And now the headlines once again. Prime Minister is in Egypt to participate in Sharm el-Sheikh Peace Summit. Speaker National Assembly says trilateral cooperation of Pakistan, Turkey and Azerbaijan is an example of strategic partnership. Finance Minister is in Washington, D.C. to attend annual meetings of International Monetary Fund and World Bank. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.